All right, Drip. Nintendo released some numbers last week. It is the quarterly investors meeting from Nintendo, and they gave us some good sales numbers on the Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2, and I find them very interesting. So we're going to talk about the numbers that we find most interesting, and kind of talk about and expand on that. The first one I think I'm going to bring up is actually going to be a Switch 1 number. We'll talk about Switch 2, but this is like the one I think is the most interesting to me. And that is that Switch 1 sales went down by 11%. The software sales for Switch 1 went up by nearly 20%. So that's just, I find that fascinating. That it's pretty obvious why, right?
Yeah. It's obvious why. It just shows how well the Switch 2 is doing. The backwards compatibility thing, clearly a good idea, because that's why these are selling. People who maybe didn't even have a Switch, or maybe, there's another part of that too. Maybe a lot of people who did have a Switch, but they were like, I'm not buying that game because it's not going to run well on this. And now they're like, oh, never mind. It's going to run good on this Switch too. I just got some. Now I'll buy that game. Going back and
Breath of the Wild, Zelda's a better example. Like they run way better. They look way better and run way better. So anyway, and going off of Switch 1 as well, Drip. But the next quarterly sales number that we get, it's gonna show that the DS is gonna be dethroned to the Switch 1. The Switch 1 is gonna be the most sold Nintendo console. But at this point in time, as we record this, probably already is, but we just don't know because they only release these numbers quarterly. But it's only 10,000 away as of the quarterly report.
It's already happened for sure.
It's there. Switch 1 is the highest selling Nintendo console of all time, and that is pretty cool. For now, that's it's gonna take years, but for now, I mean, obviously, you can say that about anything. But yeah, no, you're right. It's for now.
With these numbers, I mean, it's pretty clear where we're going with this, as long as nothing crazy happens.
Yeah.
10.36 million Nintendo Switch 2 sold, Geeb.
That's right. That's the quarterly report for Switch 2.
Nobody wants the Switch 2, though.
Nobody wants it. That's the thing. Like, the people are...
Nobody likes it.
People keep saying online, like, oh, there's a lot of people who are not avoiding Nintendo right now. Listen, there's always a lot of people avoiding Nintendo, whether it's for one reason or another. But I think that's just a vocal minority, to be honest.
Yeah, there's at least 10.36 million people who are not ignoring Nintendo now.
I want to make it pretty clear that I don't really like a lot of Nintendo's, skimmy.
I don't either. It's
shamey business practices. They're
doing a lot more of it now too. And I agree. It's awful. It's terrible.
It's great, but exactly. It's like, but Zelda, like, how am I going to play Zelda without a Switch? And how am I going to play Zelda at that high resolution and that high frame rate? Geeb just emulated the game.
2 hours later.
We're already on a tangent.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to finish, I'm a nerd about a lot of things, but honestly, video games is not really one of them. I like video games a lot. I like Nintendo a lot. I'm more of a movie nerd. I like movies a lot. I like TV. I like that type of stuff. Emulation is fucking hard to do if you don't know what you're doing. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know how we got this far into this, but we're done. It's awful.
We're done. 10.3 million units, 20.6 million in software. That's actually a pretty good number, I think, because software isn't selling that great for Switch 2. Like, Switch 2 software is not selling amazing, especially third party. It's not. It's just not.
It's not amazing,
if you think about it, we'll get to this next. Mario Kart World I actually don't have the exact number, but I can tell you that the attachment rate for Switch 2 that we know is sold 10.3 is 92%. So that means that it's basically around 9 million units. I'm not sure. It could be a little bit more than that. It could be a little bit less than that. But basically, it is 9 million units for Mario Kart World. 92% of players on Switch 2 who bought a Switch 2 have also bought and played Mario Kart World.
Selling better and faster than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like I said.
The best-selling Switch 1 game of all time.
Yeah.
So of the best-selling system.
You can see where we're heading with this. Like, if Nintendo... I said this before we hopped on here whenever you told me these numbers initially. If Nintendo does what they do, which is consistently put out software, and that's what they do when their consoles are selling well. I mean, we saw them not do that with the Wii U, but there was a reason. They were just trying to get through. They were very consistent with the Switch. Very, very, very consistent. As long as they do that, the Switch 2 is going to be untouchable.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna guess less at this point, how many units did the first Switch sell at this point in its life?
I don't have those numbers.
Because I bet it's not 10 million.
No. It didn't sell incredible at
6
launch.
maybe 7 million maybe.
Well, what I do remember about the launch of the Switch 1 is that it didn't sell incredible at launch. It sold good, but not incredible because like people were. It was still it. But it was reeling from the Wii U era, and people were still hesitant. There was a lot of hesitancy at Switch 1 launch that wasn't there eventually, obviously. Eventually people got around to it after they saw how big of a success this thing was. But at launch, it obviously wasn't nearly as big as this. It's just, I know that much. I mentioned that, the sales haven't been that great for Switch 2 software. Donkey Kong Bonanza sold 3.5 million, which is a great number. Obviously, most developers would love that. But for DK, it's not a huge number. Or you'd expect more from like a console seller type game, like it keeps being called, which I disagree with.
The launch title, like the launch title. Well, I guess Mario Kart was the
Mario Kart World
title,
was outside of Mario Kart.
The other one that wasn't packed in with it. That came. It was a
correct.
Month. It was basically the game. If you weren't trying to do a racer, that's your Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's not a lot of sales for Donkey Kong. For as far as expectation, I don't know. We don't really know what Nintendo's expecting for that. Maybe they know it's not gonna be that much. But regardless, 3.5 isn't that big, but it's still impressive. But just goes to show that like the software isn't selling incredible for Switch 2, but it's a good amount. 20.6 million is a really good amount for the numbers that they're selling the consoles for. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm comparing. That's what I'm comparing to. The sheer amount of consoles being sold. It's the software is it's basically two games get sold per one Switch, right? You see what I'm saying? Like you probably expect more games to be sold than just two games per Switch 2.
But I mean, think about it this way: they were smart. They did the thing we were all afraid they weren't going to do, backwards compatibility. So, like, I mean, even with me, I did buy Donkey Kong. I did buy, Hyrule Warriors. I bought a few other Hogwarts, but I didn't have to. I had a whole library of games that already ran better than they did on Switch 1. And some of them a lot better and looked a lot better for free. Didn't even have to pay for an upgrade for a lot of those. So like there's a lot of people out there, and let's face it, like everybody's broke. Like we don't got the money to be out here spending money on games. But if you can get the system in your hand and you have all those games, you can wait. Yeah. And Nintendo knows that too. They've got the systems in people's hands. Yep. So now, once we go forward, right now you've got 10 million of them out there. And when you put out a game that's only going to be on that system, you're going to see those sales just start going up and up and up and up and up. They've got the base. They've got the base they need to get the ball rolling already. And it's a huge one. That's
an understatement. And actually, Nintendo knows that they're going to sell even more because their yearly forecast for Switch 2 has rose from 15 million to 19 million. So 4 additional million units are being sold than even they thought were going to sell. Now that 50 million is probably conservative. The conservative estimate has gone up from 15 million. Yeah,
I knew. I already said it.
Yeah, but
best-selling console of all time. Come back and say what? I don't know. How that was before the thing came out or after it came out. I don't remember, but it was. So it's gonna happen.
The conservative estimate went from 15 million to 19 million. I'm still holding true that that's probably conservative.
I'm looking at that right now here.
So that's impressive, man. That's impressive stuff.
It is.
There's you mentioned a second ago. They want to get this thing in people's hands and then sell them software later. Like they're gonna do that. There's gonna be even more.
And the backwards compatibility, as much bullshit as Nintendo does that pisses me off. Like, yes, this benefits them down the road, but it benefits us as people who want the system as well, because it doesn't put as much pressure on us to buy these games right now. They give you a deal on that $50 game. So if you're not gonna buy another game, we'll give you a discount on this one. Instead of 80, you're going to get this one for $50, which isn't even 70. It's not even 60. It's a discount. So you've got a game with your system. You've got your backwards compatible games. They've got you in. It's smart. It was very smart. When you look at the bigger picture of all of it, very smart of them to do. The backwards compatibility along with bundling in a game at launch for a bit of a discount, knowing the landscape of everything going on, financially for people. It's super smart now that you can like look at it as a whole picture. Like it's really, 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 really smart. Like,
yeah, dude. And this is the first thing I mentioned, but I don't want it to be gone to the wayside because we talk about Mario Kart being sold at around 9 million units, which is a ton. Donkey Kong not as impressive at 3.5, but what's not being talked about is the Switch 1 sales numbers. The Switch 1 software sales numbers rising to up by 19%. That's a lot. It was already selling a lot. Switch 1 software is by far the most software Nintendo's ever sold. And it's gone up by 19% during the Switch 2 quarter.
Yeah. Well, and that's also kind of in the same vein of what I was just saying. That's the other option. Like, okay, I don't have $70 to buy this game, but I could buy this game. Or maybe I don't like Donkey Kong. Maybe that's like I'm just not into Donkey Kong. But I just got to Switch 2, and there's Mario Odyssey, there's Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Yoshi. There's Kirby.
A lot of games got updates. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's Mario Party. There's so many other options for Switch 1 stuff that people can buy if they're not into, you got the new Mario Kart, it came with your system, but like maybe you don't like Donkey Kong. That's fine. Donkey Kong's, let's be honest. Yes, it is a big Nintendo franchise, but it ain't Mario. It ain't Zelda. I mean, Donkey Kong is, like it or not, maybe a few notches above Metroid.
Right.
I mean, to be fair.
And Metroid isn't
that's
very,
what it is.
No, it's not really a high seller.
And I think they want to make Donkey Kong a bigger thing, obviously. I imagine, we're going to talk a little bit about this at the end here, but like the movie, there's going to be a Donkey Kong movie. They got him in the parks. They're trying to move that up. But it's Donkey Kong. Like, he's not going to sell like a Mario is going to sell.
Yeah, no, Donkey Kong is, in my opinion, kind of works off of Mario. Whether you like that or not, I know that we have Joey Pitts is a huge Donkey Kong fan community, but there's not too many Donkey Kong fans, like specifically.
I don't see a lot of people just rocking Donkey Kong shirts out like, I love Donkey Kong.
Well, they might, but it's an association with Mario in some way.
It's not as popular.
They're not as popular. Thank you for that's simple. That's a simple way to put it.
It's just, it is what it is.
It's just not as popular.
So I mean, I don't even think that 3.5 million sales for Donkey Kong is. I mean, I think that's perfectly acceptable. That's fine. I don't imagine they were looking to see crazy numbers from that game. I can't imagine that they were expecting something nuts. I mean, you've got other things. Clearly they know where they need to be focused on. Animal Crossing. They got a Zelda game out, so we're good there for a little while. Again, not gonna sell like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. We know that. That's fine. It's gonna do good. It's gonna do, I mean, and we say good for Nintendo, and we go back to this a lot. Good for Nintendo is fucking amazing for anyone else.
Yeah.
Decent for Nintendo. 3.5 million.
Decent, yeah.
That's great for just about anybody else. That's like amazing.
Correct.
So,
and that's still just quarterly numbers. That's still just quarterly numbers. I would have mentioned that too. It's not like it's not like we're looking at this 2 years down the road. Like Pikmin 4, for example, that sold a similar number, but that was 2 years down the road.
Metroid.
This is 4 months down the road. So like, imagine a year from now, Donkey Kong's probably going to be above 6 million.
Metroid Dread.
5 million.
Good example. What did that go to?
I think around
4
5
million?
million, something like that.
5?
Yeah.
I mean, this will go past that for sure.
Yeah, this will go past this is a 10 million game,
well
I
past
think.
that.
In a couple of years, we'll be like, Donkey Kong sold 10 million. I think that's a good number.
Yeah, maybe more.
Wario64 on Twitter posted a tweet that just kind of summed up some more information that we didn't cover. 400 million Nintendo accounts have been created. 128 million annual playing users. So like 400 new Nintendo accounts have been created in this quarter. 400 million new Nintendo accounts. That's not something 400 million new Switch 2 buyers. Obviously, we know that's not true because we know it's 10 million. But that means like whether that's people's kids, people's spouses, people's family who just are like, oh shit, I want to play. Let me play some of these games too, and borrowing their Switch 2. 400 million new accounts. That's crazy. I mean, I don't have like a reference for this. I don't track account creation, but that just seems crazy to me.
It's a lot. Well, this number is even crazier. The 128 million annual playing users. Oh no! I'm sorry. That's the end of the one you were saying here. The 84%. That's what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
84% of Switch 2 players transition from the Switch.
That's a lot.
So, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So that's good and bad. 84% of Switch 2 players. So that's the majority are people who owned a Switch.
Yep.
But there's still that small percentage there of new people who are coming in, which, I mean, I guess you're going to see, but I feel like that one is an interesting number. It's smaller than you would maybe think if you were told to guess how many you think are new players and how many you think are people who transitioned from Switch 1.
Yeah.
84% is not the number I would have guessed. I would have guessed a lot more new players. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that
just interesting. Yeah, just interesting. Especially that 400 million. That's a huge number, I think. And we'll finish up with this because it leads into what we're talking about tomorrow on the show. So stay tuned tomorrow at live, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about what happened in the morning tomorrow, which is the Mario movie Direct, which is happening tomorrow. We're talking about tomorrow, but why this is relevant right now is that in this quarterly event, Nintendo posted a photo. Can I pull that up? Or I don't think I have that photo pulled up. That's fine. Maybe in post I'll put it. Probably not. But that Nintendo is planning more movies. We know 2023, first Mario movie. 2025, the Mario, actually 2026, the Mario movie 2, or it's called Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy. That movie's coming out 2026. And then there's a Zelda movie we know is coming out. They already announced it for 2027. And then they have a couple question marks after that, which this is Nintendo. This is not speculation. Nintendo is telling us there is more things coming.
Yeah.
So we know there are more movies in the pipework.
Yeah. I mean, we knew that. The rumor of the Donkey Kong movie, the Luigi's Mansion, whatever that's going to be. I mean, the Zelda movie, from what I told you, from what I have seen, is supposed to be a trilogy, not just one movie.
That would be awesome.
So supposedly that's going to be a trilogy. Yeah. I mean, the movie thing is going to go, who knows? We might see. I'd love to see. They're going to do live action and animation. Give me a live action Metroid movie. Holy crap, would that be cool?
That would be great.
That would be sick.
What that would be like that'd be like a Last of Us type of excitement level, I think, because it's such a dramatic
in space.
It's a dramatic movie, or excuse me, it's the game. Like the story, that's what I'm trying to get to. The story is very dramatic and very intense. That translates so beautifully to like a thriller movie. Like make Metroid a thriller movie.
Thriller. Yeah.
Yeah, sci-fi thriller.
Amazing. It would be amazing.
I mean that would be way bigger than the game. They have something incredible.
It'll be good.
They could reach.
They've got the base for an amazing cinematic story for sure. Put the right people on it.
That's a great call by you right there. I think that's something that Nintendo needs to work on. That would be great. Incredible.
We'll see how the Zelda movie does. If that does well, yeah, fans need to start just screaming for a Metroid live action.
Dude, honestly, I think I'd be more excited about a Metroid sci-fi thriller than I would a Zelda movie. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, it would be good.
That just sounds like great fun.
You know what that would be good as? A movie would be fine. But a TV series would be better.
Ooh.
I think it would be better. I think that would really play to the episodic structure a lot better.
Nintendo's going to infiltrate our TVs via gaming consoles and our DVD and VHS libraries.
Netflix. Yeah, our VHS players, because we all still have those.
I'm sorry, I got VHS on I have one down there. I got one now. Mrs. Geeb and I have a VHS player. It's we were watching Star Wars the other day. It was fun. Anyway, get your Metroid VHS, folks. It's coming. Nintendo quarterly annual event. Well, I'm sure we'll have those sales numbers for next quarter. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you watching. We do these shows live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Are we doing are we streaming tomorrow or no?
Yeah, we should be. Why? Oh, you mean
I mean,
the
in the morning.
direct? The direct? No, I wasn't planning on it. I mean, if you want to, I mean, maybe it's too
Yeah, we'll
early.
see. It's at 9.
I don't know. I actually don't know what time it is. I suspect it's not going to be
7
I suspect
Pacific,
this is going to
so
be
it's
very
7.
small. Predictions. You want to do quick predictions? I know you wanted to mention it earlier, but like I predict.
Yeah, I mean, we can. I told you mine. I mean, we're
Yeah.
gonna see. I feel Rosalina. Obviously, it's Galaxy.
Mhm.
Maybe the actress playing her. Introduction of Yoshi, which has
Introduction.
basically
I
already
like
leaked.
introduction better.
Introduction.
Yeah.
An introduction of Yoshi, which has already leaked. We've already seen what Yoshi looks like, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering again, who's playing Rosalina? Is Yoshi going to talk? Will he have an actual voice actor? Who will it be? And then obviously, I think we're going to get our first full trailer for this, and we're going to see a lot more about it. And then we can break it down tomorrow night. It's going to be great.
I have I'm just gonna end this show with a hard cut with a prediction right now. And here's my prediction, Drip. You ready for this? I predict that the next Yoshi game, that the antagonist is gonna be the Pillsbury Doughboy, and it'll be Yoshi fighting the Pillsbury Doughboy to the end. We'll see you next week.
Every single show, Dreadlocks Zelda, sheetless is slow.